Alrighty, welcome to Low Ink July 2020. It's good to be back. We are starting off with our day one Swiss. My name is JPEG. I'm returning, but today we got a new commentator who's going to be joining me. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey, I am Ventor. I'm the new commentator for this month today.
Alrighty. So we're gonna jump right into it. We're trying to get our teams into the lobby. Right now we're gonna be watching Beef and Bean Burritos versus OctoInkers. I'm pretty sure Beef and Bean Burritos is returning, but I haven't heard of OctoInkers, so I am excited to see how they do. You know, obviously putting them on stream for their first game, if it is their first game, I might just have a really bad memory. A little nerve-wracking. Sorry about that, but you know, we like to see the new team playing. Vantox, why don't we talk about the map list we are seeing for Swiss Round 1?
Okay, let me open it.
Yes, so we are starting off a new Albacore Hotel on tower control.
Yeah, I guess we can see a lot of heavy splatings here because it's a really open map for
absolutely,
and a lot of raids to walk about with a lot of run speed and I guess with a heavy splatting you're really easy to come over here.
Yeah, I totally agree. Heavy splatling would be a good choice here. Otherwise, it's a little hard to tell which comps we're going to be seeing because we just haven't seen these teams yet today. You know, round one, it's going to be a little tough to make judgment calls. But while we're waiting for the team, both the teams to get into the lobby, let's talk about the format real quick, just so everyone's on the same page here. This is a Swiss play all three set. So it's not best of three, so the set can't end early. All three games will be played. And if you lose two games and you win one, you still get a slightly higher ranking in the overall Swiss rankings. At the end of Swiss, the top 8, I believe, ranked teams will move on to a top cut. No, it might be top 16. I'll need someone to confirm that with me. But a certain top cut of teams will move on to day 2, where they can fight in a elimination style bracket, where then you can win the tournament. So that's a brief rundown of how Low Ink works. And right now we're just playing the waiting game, trying to get the players into the lobby. Again, the tournament just started, so other teams are just realizing that they have to get on Battlefy and maybe figure it out.
Okay, looks like that one of each team is in the lobby at the moment. AKA, we are just waiting for the other of the teams.
Yeah, shouldn't be too much longer.
Yeah.
Sorry about the delay earlier. We had some mix-ups getting some teams into the tournament. We had to delay the tournament to ensure that everyone has a chance to play today. So we're a little late, 30 minutes as of now, but hopefully that will allow more teams to play and should reduce any issues that could happen in the future. And again, if you want to watch any player POVs in our server, I can link it if someone in chat asks. But in our server, we have a promotion channel where we encourage players to post their live streams of their point of view. Just waiting on 2 more players from each team, so it won't be too much longer, and then we'll
Then we can finally start.
Yeah. The first game always just takes a while to set up, so
Yeah.
after this it will speed right up. We'll get into the flow of things. Again, I'm probably going to make some staff members angry, but I also want to plug that In The Zone is also streaming. And I'm gonna personally apologize. I'm not speaking on behalf of stuff. We didn't really have many dates to choose from, so we're streaming at the same time as In The Zone. So if you want to watch another tournament, or maybe watch 2 tournaments at once, that is also live. So maybe between sets you can check them out too.
Yeah, and I hope that we will see a lot of close and nice games today.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay, looks like we are just waiting for one more player here. Okay, looks like that we can finally start.
Almost. Now they have to build their comps, but regardless.
Yeah, but all of them are fine in the lobby.
I'm secretly hoping for a really good set that'll start off flowing in the right step. But regardless, I'm looking forward to seeing these teams play.
Yeah, I guess this could be some really close matches here.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard to tell. We like to pick some more unknown teams. At least on my end. Sorry if I picked that the wrong way, but I like picking more teams I've never heard of. And they will maybe they'll surprise us.
Yeah,
seeing
same.
more unknown people. Okay, waiting on one more player, and
Okay.
we are starting.
Yeah.
Kicking off Low Ink July 2020 Swiss Day 1. Let's do it.
Yeah, it's finally starts. Okay, we have one heavy splatling on the beef and bean burritos. And a custom jet scratcher on the side of OctoInkers. That's interesting to see here.
I think that is interesting. And another thing to point out is that they, on the side of Beef and Beef Burritos, they're running a V Pro, which isn't a bad choice. I think Rain's a pretty good option on this map. You don't see very many V Pros on this map. Aside from that, we see a Carbon, a K-Machine. I think Beef and Beef Burritos has a pretty interesting, not unusual, just interesting comp. But on the side of OctoInkers, they're definitely siding on aggression, I would say. You know, seeing an Octoshot, NZAP, and a Pro, it's starting to show. Like they're already making or rather, Bean Burritos making a push.
It looks like that Team OctoInkers have an only aggressive comp. They can push enemies back, like if Beef Bean Burritos wants to get back, that they can just push in and try to hold them back.
So right now we're seeing OctoInkers a little separated. I think the Zap players just, as we see here on the tower, Zap player was just kind of sticking back, trying to get that armor. And we know how armor is in 2020. Getting that armor and the Booyah, both
3 down of Bean and Bean Burritos.
The OctoInkers
is that's the wipe
that they know how to push. I'm interested to see how Beef and Bean Burritos can get out of this lockout situation. That player, I believe that was that player jumping out, trying to save that armor. They know how crucial it is in this day and age.
Yeah.
OctoInkers definitely playing a little more safe. I mean, yes, they are on the tower, but they aren't pushing up as much. They know Beef and Bean Burritos runs up and active. They've just keeping their distance, and this seems to work out. They're letting Beef and Bean Burritos come to them.
Yeah, OctoInkers seems like that they only want to push with safe points, not that they want to risk anything. And there is the knockout!
Yeah, really strong start by the OctoInkers. However, I did see a lot of potential by Beef and Bean Burritos. If they can just coordinate maybe a little more, avoid lockout situations, I think they could pull through on this set.
Okay, the next map could be interesting too. It's a Rainmaker on Kelp Dome.
Anytime I hear Rainmaker Kelp Dome, I just think of that like one strat where you go left and then you can like instant KO.
Oh yeah.
And I would just hate to see that.
Yeah, true. Especially if your team is watching the left, that they don't want to risk anything, and then the enemies are going on the right and just KO you.
Yeah. But other than that, I do expect to see some somewhat changed comps. I think what OctoInkers had was pretty strong, just for most maps. I do expect to see some background changes, perhaps. I'm not sure.
I expect that the background of OctoInkers will go to Charger and that they will still have and that, but I guess they will play with double Shredder or more. Because it is Rainmaker.
Yeah, seeing the Pro, NZAP, and Octoshot seems to be a very widespread comp. I think that could work on most maps. So.
Yeah, but this match could be easily turned around if Beef and Bean Burritos is just playing more aggressive now and don't let them push back from OctoInkers there.
Yeah, absolutely. What really doomed them that last match was they just got locked out in their spawn and couldn't get out. So if they can avoid that situation, I think they have a lot of potential here.
Yeah, of course.
Taking on one more player, probably just discussing what their game plan is, which is very encouraged.
Okay, there we go.
Yep. Starting game 2. Again, this is a playoff 3, so even if it ends up being a 2-0, a third game will be played.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, we see a bamboo and the ballpoint on the side.
Oh wow.
This is really interesting.
This is.
A bamboo on such a close map.
I don't disagree. It did get him that pop pretty quickly.
Yeah.
But looking at the side of Beef and Bean there, often used the ball point and a slosher.
Oh, the carbon got
that carbon. Really shining right
really
now.
good thing. A pig.
Yeah, they got 2 down, 3 down. I think it's time to pick up that Rainmaker. There was bombs.
Yeah.
So that did delay him a little. But right now, Beef and Bean Burritos has a good opportunity.
A baller came in.
That baller can get enough people. The Rainmaker's being attacked. Hopefully the Beef and Bean Burritos take notice. Right now, they're leaving their
one down and Beef and Bean Burritos at the moment. 2 down.
Yeah, OctoInkers, incredibly good job stopping that push. That was pretty close.
Yeah.
Bamboo flanking, really dangerous game here. On the side of both people, it could really work out for him.
Yeah. This match is until now pretty even.
Yeah, OctoInkers
Oh, the carbon picked the Rainmaker and crashed him through.
I don't know if that was the move, but it's still working. Down to 47. I don't know. On Kelp Rainmaker, that can easily the delete could easily be
There
taken
comes
out
the
of that.
Booyah Bomb from Beef and Bean Burritos there.
But still in the first half of the match, I think OctoInkers could take this still. So Beef and Bean Burritos is either going to have to make a more substantial push or just play a little more defensive this game. But now they're a lot more comfortable. Unlike the last game, they aren't really locked out. They're they have a lot.
Oh, back comes the carbon again. 2 down.
That
and
carbon.
1 down on at Beef and Bean Burritos side.
We're seeing consistent plays by the carbon.
Great there.
Ooh, good trade, perhaps. Again, like I said before, that 47 could easily be overtaken. However, Beef and Bean Burritos. That carbon's there, I believe.
3 down on OctoInkers side.
Yeah, I think Beef and Bean Burritos definitely playing a lot more defensive. A lot easier on this map, I would say. Since that choke point's a lot smaller than a lot of other maps.
It's possible for both teams to get the lead and get the win.
Yeah, absolutely. Both teams fighting for mid control. However, the Rainmaker shield has been popped. With the carbon down, I think it's time to push.
OctoInkers tries to go in, but they get pressured a lot. Volta with the Rainmaker there.
3 down. It's that last one going to get him. Yeah, 47 should be pretty easy.
Wipe on Beef and Bean Burritos side. The Slosher is still on the Rainmaker and he's down. Carbon on... Oh! Carbon is dead!
In the armor. KO.
Beef and Bean Burritos need to be pretty defensive now to just try to get picked and then they can rush in. They shouldn't risk anything here because they need to push to 4 or more.
Yeah, especially with nearly a minute and a half left on the clock. They gotta work it into overtime. That's beginning to be here. Everyone a little spread out. I think Beef and Bean Burritos getting a little nervous. However, they do seem to...
Yeah, oh, the Rainmaker's alone there. What?
Yeah, I think Beef and Bean Burritos need to work on their composure a little bit. Just get it together, play a little slower, and then they can make a slower, more...
From the bamboo there. Beef and Bean Burritos have a bomb brush ready. Burritos have an E-arm already. Nice trade from the Rainmaker here.
Booyah bomb. Didn't pop the shield. That's interesting.
Yeah, baller used. Baller's pop.
Best option. Yeah, we can see what OctoInkers is doing here. Camping out that choke point. Not letting Beef and Bean Burritos get in their spawn. 30 seconds left on the clock. Down on the side of OctoInkers, but that bamboo's still up. They don't get a pick.
And we got 1 pick. 2 down on Beef and Bean Burritos side. Rainmaker got pressured a lot.
A little slower. They played a little slower and went for picks.
Oh,
I think that could have been a worthwhile play.
And I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. A 2-0 for OctoInkers.
And again, this is a play all three, so we will see one more game, and perhaps Beef and Burritos could do one more game, or at least get a win, and that'll help him in the Swiss ranking. But we saw a lot of potential that game. I think Beef and Burritos learned a lot from the first game in the set, and applied that in that game.
Yeah, it looks like it was really even.
It was pretty even for the first half. Beef and Burritos just kind of fell apart a little bit. Next up, we are seeing Skipper Clam.
Oh, Beef and Bean Burritos goes out.
Oh, I think they're subbing someone, actually.
Or they missed it is all free. It is play all free.
Okay, so I think they misunderstood that
yeah, I
this
guess
is in fact play all three.
Yeah.
Alright, I'll go ahead and let them know that.
Okay, looks like that Beef and Bean Burritos goes completely out of the lobby.
You know, sometimes we try to make it very clear that it is play all three, but again, people sometimes mistake it, and that's okay. Most tournaments do.
Yeah.
Most tournaments do best of two. We're kind of the oddballs here.
Yeah. I hope that they will come back. Because they would have the chance to get the 2-0 into a 2-1 and get a bit higher in the ranking. And this would help them a lot.
Alright, we are working here to get game 3. Playing a lot of players just left the lobby, so interesting.
Okay, they are joining back.
Alright, perfect.
Seems like that we get the game 3. It's Clam Blitz on Skipper Pavilion.
Oh yeah, let's talk about that for a second. This is my least favorite Clam Blitz map.
Yeah, and I guess that we will see
I think a lot of people can I think a lot can agree with that. Wait,
I guess we will see a bamboo and a slosher.
Yeah, that bamboo we saw from
strong.
OctoInkers, I believe, yes.
Yeah, it was really strong.
It was a strong, interesting comp they had. You know, double shot and bamboo. I believe they had a zap too.
Yeah, it was. They have an armor. They had 2 inkjet, and that was.
I believe it was a Kenzo shot too. So.
Ah, okay, yeah, okay.
So
they had double missiles to pressure the enemies, and they had inkjet and armor.
Yeah.
It was a pretty strong comp.
But on the other hand, Beef and Bean Burritos definitely opting for a more backline oriented comp. They did run I believe they ran a heavy and a ballpoint. So I think those weapons are incredibly good on this map and mode. So
yeah, they are.
I'm curious to see how they play on this map.
And I hope that we will see the Carbon again. The Carbon was playing really good. He got some really good picks.
Yeah.
And I hope that Beef and Bean Burritos will not get pressured back that much and that easily.
Okay, sorry for the delay. Some people mistaken it as a best of 2 or best of 3. Still
Yeah.
wait for them to rejoin.
I hope that the last one will come in again.
Beef and Bean Burritos does not show up soon, I believe they will have to take the loss as we won't have enough time to complete this set. So I hope
And it looks
coming right
like
now.
I guess it looks like then like a 3-0 for OctoInkers if they will not join the lobby. Oh. Ah, okay.
Okay, so with 5 minutes left for the time limit, I think we'll unfortunately have to give the win to OctoInkers as Beef and Bean Burritos is not in the room. And I'm letting them know right now.
Okay, I see that Beef and Bean Burritos have some technical difficulties on the team, seems like. Oh, one of the side of OctoInkers. Okay, OctoInkers is leaving now.
Yeah, so yeah, I did let him know with 5 minutes left on the clock. It's unrealistic just to assume that there will be a KO, so with 5 minutes left, we will give the win to OctoInkers.
Yeah, it looks like that OctoInkers get the 3-0 now.
Unfortunately, you'll just have to read the rules. I mean, that's
Oh, the Burritos are now here. Oh no.
I did warn him though, so unfortunate. Let's. You gotta learn from it. So, while we do wait for round 2 to begin, we are going to take a short break, and it's about 4 minutes until round 2 officially starts. So we'll see you then. Alrighty, we are back with round 2 on Low Ink Swiss Day 1, July 2020. I'm saying all the things. We are watching. One second. We are watching Port Rakoome versus Feral Savages. Vantox, you said you know who Port Rakoome is. Why don't you give us the details?
Yeah, Port Rakoome is a really good, I think it's really good team from Germany. They have a really good charger and they have 2 Alt Division A members in the team.
Yeah, and looking at Feral Savages, it's also Feral Savages consists of players from Beef and Bean Burritos, which we saw last set. That was unintentional. I thought this was a totally different team, but we still want to check out Port Rakoome because Vantox was telling me all about him. So we are really excited to see these 2 teams play, and this is in bracket B, which is seeded with a little more known teams, I believe. So this set should be a little more interesting. Let's talk about the maps real quick. Looking at the maps, we are starting off on Splat Zone's Muscle Forge.
I think we will see a lot of heavy splatting remixes here.
Yeah, and you did mention a good charger on the side of Port Rakoome, so...
Yeah, I guess that way we'll play with an E-leader.
Oh yeah? I'm quite excited to see that. Again, Beef and Bean Burritos technically is part of Feral Savages, but they're different players. So... I don't know if we'll expect a similar comp, but they did run like heavies and ballpoints last time. With they did run a V Pro, so again, I'm just assuming that they would run a similar comp since it's comprised of similar players.
Yeah, I guess that Port Rakoome will run with a T-Tech and a roller too.
Oh yeah,
because they have really strong comps.
Yeah, waiting on Port Rakoome to ready up, probably discussing their game plan, which is a good idea, but then we'll start round 2, game 1.
Yeah. We're waiting for one more play on Port Rakoome's side. Okay, and here it begins.
Alrighty, kicking off round 2 of Swiss. Again, this is a play all 3. Want to make that very clear after what happened last time. On Muscle Forge zones.
Okay. Oh, we see a ballpoint and a Fire Film Splat charger as backlines. Port Rakoome have Dynamo too.
A Dynamo and a Junior. I think they're definitely prioritizing zone coverage with that comp.
Yeah.
Feral Savage is actually running. Feral Savage is actually running the charger and the.
3 down on the side of Port Rakoome there.
Yeah, already off to a good start on the side of Feral Savages. Using the stamp, being a little sneaky with it. I wonder what they're.
One pick.
Sniper.
And
yeah, this is going to be in their baseball game, I can tell. But they do take care of it pretty quickly. Now it's their time to get the zone. With the Dynamo plus the Junior, I think they could easily just cap it. However, that range can slow them down a little bit. Damn, yes, they cap
they got the zone.
Yeah.
We have abused from the Dynamo here.
Armor. I think that brush is going to be really annoying for that Dynamo. You can already see the brush being very
and the brush is down.
Oh, good. Still on the side of Dynamo. That was very talented. That's the word.
Yeah.
Seeing lots of rains on the zone on the side of Feral Savages.
Oh, the Slosher machine was spawn camping.
Isn't quite working out, but it does slow him down, so I'm not sure what to think.
Damp used again.
You've seen the stamp and the bubbles. Get a pick on that Dynamo. It's probably going to make it a lot easier to get the zone. However, that's the only pick they got, so that's not going to quite get them the zone yet. With 23 points left on the side of Port Rakoome, really all they need to do is get a penalty and then they can can play it a little more safe, but that Dynamo's making it a huge problem.
Dynamo got another pick, and this is the KO for Rakoome.
Incredible job locking out the zone and knowing when to back off. You noticed about halfway through the match, Rakoome was spawn camping, but then they backed off and just protected the zone, and that got him the lead, or rather the victory. Alrighty, well, next up we are seeing Rainmaker on
Seems
camp.
like that one of Rakoome DC'd.
Oh, really?
It looks like the Dynamo DC'd of the lobby.
Hopefully they rejoin in
Yeah.
quickly.
Oh, they're subbing out.
Oh, are
They're
they?
switching out.
Alright,
Yeah.
there you go. Alrighty, well, Rainmaker on camp, Triggerfish, definitely a lot more different compared to the last map mode we saw. So I do expect to see some comp changes. Rakoome definitely strong with the Charger and the Dynamo, but we did see the Dynamo leave, so I'm interested to see what this new player has to offer.
Yeah, and I guess that we will see a lot of object shredders here on Camp Triggerfish. And I guess that Rakoome will go with the normal Splatoscope here, because the Ray is really strong on the map, and you can easily pressure the Rainmaker.
Yeah, I think Sniper is really strong on this map, so I am also a little curious to see what Feral Savages do. This is a very different map mode, so maybe they'll maybe they have this maybe they have Rainmaker a little more figured out. Sometimes some teams are a lot better on other modes, so it's always exciting to see who's good on what.
Yeah.
We've seen it before. Last grand finals, I believe the team wasn't doing too hot until tower control rolled around, and they just killed it. Like, they got like an immediate KO on tower control. So, and not every team's just on everything else. So I'm excited to see which teams prevail in what areas, not just specifically with Feral Savages.
Okay, and here it goes. Round 2 for Rakoome again.
Feral Savages.
Yeah. We see a ballpoint again and CDS here. And Rakoome have a tent!
A tent and a Charger. I think that might be a strong pick on this map mode, especially the Zap and the machine. They definitely got a game
Eric
plan here.
got the instant pop.
The Feral Savages might have a hard time. This Brella is already causing issues for them. They're gonna pick it up and get a quick early lead.
We see the tent pressuring Team Feral Savages here. And the tent goes down 3 down on the side of Rakoome again.
That was a good job on the side of Feral Savages. That was an amazing push by Rakoome. So unfortunate. Unfortunate
the brush stand in the form.
74 isn't really even considered a lead. Like, you could easily take that.
Yeah.
But, I think what Rakoome prevails in is
Charger have a Ray ready here. Ray is
with the Ray and the Brella, I think Rakoome has a better defense. So I think they could quickly back into it.
The brush is wrapped in here in the zone, in the street of Rakoome here. Here comes the stem and takes 1 out.
Yeah, it makes 3 down, and they are pushing. No, last one was holding the
right for Feral Savages.
This tent is in a really good spot. Let's see what happens. Getting the rail, a lot of attention to detail here.
Yeah.
However, everyone respawns.
The brush goes on the right.
Yeah, they're gonna go on the right side.
That was unfortunate. He was just standing in the Rainmaker shot there with the stem. The last one of Feral Savages rushes and goes down. The tent is spawn trapping them here.
Yeah, Rakoome definitely playing a lot more calm, collected with their Rainmaker.
Yeah. Okay, the See,
They're not too worried. They're not really too worried about extending this lead. They're pretty comfy right now.
2 down. 3 down of the side of Feral Savages. And this is a KO again!
The Port Rakoome kind of killing it with the KOs.
Yeah. Port Rakoome is swapping out again.
Yeah, it's interesting how
The Charger
they have
left.
players that are better. Oh, they swapped out the charge.
Charger left now. Ooh, this is interesting.
Yeah, let's see what map we're looking at. Yeah,
Damn,
Black Belly.
Black Belly.
Yeah, we're looking at Black Belly, so I'm not surprised that they would swap out a charger. Black Belly
Yeah.
and Flame Blade does require a lot of aggression, so.
Yeah, it doesn't need a backline in Clan Blade. You can just stick with the Dynamo here as backline and you still get a lot of picks and can play a lot of... You can get a lot of picks for the win to defend.
Yeah, but with no backliner, I do expect the playstyle to shift, so I'm really excited to see how they play on this map.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of my
I
favorite things.
think that Feral Savages will go on the ballpoint again here.
Yeah,
With
maybe.
a high range weapon in such a close map, I guess it's not that good, but it still can be good if you play safe and don't go too aggressive and go on top mid.
It can be really good for defense.
For defense, it is of course pretty good, but
Yeah.
if you play aggressive and need to push, then I guess this is not that great.
Again, one of my favorite things watching low-rank teams is seeing how teams learn how playstyles can change and how teams can learn just in general from playing throughout the set. I've seen teams just adjust to playstyle, so I hope Feral Savages can kind of pull through and get at least one victory in this set.
Okay, and here comes the third round. Clamblets on Black Belly Skate Park. Let's see what comps we got here. We got an arrow spray and a tri-slosher.
Oh wow!
These are two interesting comps.
Yeah, for real. You were right at the ballpoint, so I think Feral Savages definitely has an advantage on the defense. So Port Rakoome, maybe
Yeah, the tri-slosher got a good pick.
It has to flank him out. Yeah, tri-slosher on the tower in mid is a very good spot for him. Already seen 3 down. All they need to do is build a clan.
Yeah.
Already camping out that basket. Maybe we'll see another KO at this rate.
There comes the push. The tri-slosher got 2 picks again.
That's gonna be
It's
one
2
clan.
against 1. 2 against 2 now.
Yeah, both teams just got wiped, so they are all responding right now. Yeah, but 1 clam, not too bad. However, it could have been a lot better. Feral Savage is a lot more hesitant to get into mid.
Ink that's used on side of Port Rakoome here.
I think what Feral Savage just needs to do is just get back in the mid. They kind of hesitated there, and now Port Rakoome's just back in their spawn.
Yeah, Port Rakoome pressures them a lot. And the splashdown got 2,
Wow.
I guess? 3 down, and this is the wipe!
They wipe. All they need to do is build a clan, and they're going to do that rather quickly.
Yeah.
And this is going to be the push that they want to see at the beginning of the game. Already seeing another 3 down.
This is the wipe again!
Unfortunate. This split no backline gets you. It can be played right, but unfortunately, the Port Rakoome's aggressiveness is just kind of overtaking.
There comes the jump with the power clan again. They got one in again. The baller's pressuring a lot.
Yeah,
He
ball's
got
gonna
2.
See a lot more
Nice
coming in.
pick. Two down on the side of Port Rakoome. Now Feral Savages need to push.
Yeah, they just need to get into mid, get that ball point in a good spot for defense, and get some map control. However, that's unfortunate. Dying with the Booyah Bomb.
Yeah. And Port Rakoome got the push again.
You see that? Yeah, pricing a lot of flanks there.
This could be the KO phase, right? But it
wow,
doesn't
good
look like.
trade.
Yeah, 2 against 2. And here comes
plan.
Splat, and this is the 3-0 for Port Rakoome.
Wow, good job, Rakoome. You weren't lying when you said they were really talented.
Yeah, we see that the comms are both really, really good. But you need to get the pressure from them. And Feral Savages got pressured a lot from Port Rakoome and didn't have the chance to come back in mid.
Yeah, it's definitely a tough. It's a lot tougher to deal with aggressive teams, and it takes a lot more time to get used to fighting for the aggressive teams. So I hope Feral Savages does work on that, and maybe we'll see them next time, and they'll be better with it. I'm really excited to see improvement here.
Yeah, same.
For now, we are gonna wait till round 3 starts. With the 3 KOs, unfortunately, we're gonna have to wait a little longer. But that's just the cost of KOs and sets. So about 9 minutes till we'll start preparing round 3. So until then, we'll take a short break. Yo. Wait. Okay. This is round 3. Alright, so we're gonna start round 3. Start for a short delay. Teams don't finish in time, which try to finish in time. Thanks. But regardless, we're gonna be watching Akuma versus Symphony. I do know Akuma. I coach him, so obviously I know a lot about him, and I'm gonna have every single fact about him ever. Other than that, Symphony returning to low ink, they're pretty well known here. As far as I remember, they're pretty good. So I'm quite excited to see them watch them. What do you think, Fantalk?
I think we will have an evenly match together.
Oh yeah,
and I think that we will see a charger on both sides. Because this map is so great for chargers.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that brings us right to the first map, which is Splat Zones on Mako Mart. Vantox, you said you didn't really like this map, but I don't mind it.
Yeah, on this map it's just like, okay, you see the backman and you go flank him.
I mean, pretty much.
On this map, on this map it's so difficult to get through the zone if you don't pick the backliner first. Because the backliner can see the wall zone, can see right and left stack here, and can try to get a lot of picks just for help the team out.
Yeah. I'm just waiting on a few more players. We're actually going to start real soon, so shouldn't be too much longer. I will personally message Akuma already. Oh, they're already up. Never mind.
Okay. So we only wait for Kaito. No, for Kaio.
Got call him out like that. Got hurried up.
Yeah. Okay, and let's go!
Alright, so next splash by Saku and an E-leader. You know, I'm gonna side on the fact that Splash is a backliner, but so that's kind of a.
Splash is definitely a backline.
Some people say it's not. I don't know. I don't want to be controversial, but seeing that E-leader on this map, that's gonna be a problem if that E-leader is skilled enough to keep teammates out. So far, Saku with the explode is going to be crucial to keeping that zone. However, lots of members of Akuma kind of spread out, and that's going to lead them to being wiped. We're already seeing some aggressiveness by Symphony. They're going to lock them out of their spawn. Hopefully Akuma can pull through here, save their specialist, get some map control, and come back.
Yeah, Symphony is pressuring Akuma the whole time. Like it seems like that Akuma are the more powerful team at the moment, but I think that Akuma will come back here and will get the zone.
Yeah, and they have to do it pretty quickly. 25 left, 25 points left. But that armor, Symphony doing a lot of 2v1s. That's really strong on their part. Gonna see Quick in here. See if he's gonna cap that zone, but that Rain and launch night.
And this is a KO.
Gonna lead to a KO.
Symphony. Oh.
And again, like you said on this map's not the greatest in terms of kind of safety. I don't know, like it's easy to get locked out here, so. Alright, well with that quick KO, we're gonna move on to game 2, which will be tower control on Kelp Dome. Oh geez. We've gotten personally sent messages by players saying very, very angry messages saying, don't do this map. We're doing it anyways. That's my answer. But I do agree, this map's not the greatest.
Yeah, this map and mode comp is really not the best. Because if you play some weapons like Blaster or something, you can just go into the enemy spawns, just go indirect them and spawn trap them just by doing nothing. And I guess that we will see as backline and heavy splatting here, because on the grades it's still a pretty nice weapon and it's pretty fast.
Yeah,
but
sure.
to be honest, I could expect a Clash Blaster here.
Oh really?
Yeah,
I guess you're not wrong. That's kind of an oddball pick, at least in my eyes.
Yeah, but this weapon is really strong on this map because you can just run with run speed over the grades and just indirect everything you see. And the enemies need to push you and they need to hope that the Clash Blaster is not seeing you, you know?
Yeah. Couple seconds left on the clock. Round 3, game 2. We'll be starting soon.
Yeah, and Symphony still needs 2 more players to ready up.
So just talk about the gameplay. And you know that's encouraged. I mean, you gotta know what you're doing here. So.
Yeah. Okay, and the game start. Again, tower control on Kelp Dome here.
Yeah, we said last game that Mako Mart zones definitely easy to get locked out of, but I think this map might be worse for that. So hopefully Akuma can pull through here.
Both teams with an armor and a splashdown here. Both teams have a charge and T-Tech.
Yeah, Akuma definitely with the junior, the T-Tech going for a lot more aggressiveness and the Tetris. Already seeing 1 down inside, 2 down inside of Symphony. I think it's time to start pushing, get an early lead here. That sniper is going to cause problems though. I think what Drew needs to do is pop an armor quickly. He is the junior player after all.
And there comes the armor.
The KO here was in a good spot, but that was a good bomb to get him out of
2 down from Akuma here. The charger jumped out and the T-Tech is still alive. So the T-Tech got camped.
Swampy here with the inkjet trying to lock him out of their spawn. That is going to
that was nice trade with the charger.
Yeah, absolutely. Symphony getting the lead, not a huge lead yet, but like again, this is Kelp Dome. I think once you pass that corner, that's it. I mean, what's Akuma gonna do here?
Yeah.
That's the unfortunate reality of Kelp Dome.
Yeah, if you get 1 good push, it's literally over.
Ooh, that Ray's gonna come in handy. Oh, Ray goes
down.
Very
sad. It's 3 against 2. But Akuma have an injured Ray and only the charger, so that charger jumps out to save his Stingray here.
Yeah, Akuma's gonna have to really get a nice coordinated push. Seeing Swampy here, gonna slow down that tower. Oh my goodness. You know, this is also another thing with Kelp Dome. I mean, the tower's in the corner here. They can just comfortably leave it here.
Yeah. If they would leave it here, they can easily get first the KO. Second, they can just stay there to get to hold the lead that Akuma cannot push.
Yeah.
Or just rushing into the spawn of Akuma and just try to KO them as fast as possible.
Yeah, worth mentioning, Akuma has 3 specials. They're starting to use them. But hopefully they can get a worthwhile push here.
Okay, Junior down.
Oh,
the splashdown deny.
yes, Swampy really proving that they're a really skilled Inkling player. Seeing lots of good plays on from them.
I see. The Charger on Snipe. And 2 are on Bok.
Akuma definitely has the roots to a good push. Like they were using specials and they were kind of coordinated with the tower. But I think what they need to really do is just commit and go for picks, because that's Swampy again with the jet. I think they need to identify their weaknesses too. I mean, Swampy's gonna slow him down.
It seems like the Symphony have the control at the moment of the tower. Because they don't let Akuma pass the first checkpoint.
Right there we saw a 2v1 inside of Symphony. I think that's also worth mentioning that Akuma really could be going for more 2v1s here, since those are almost guaranteed wins. See right here, you've seen the try and the shot going for that sniper.
It's not
really
try,
good teaming up here. Oh yeah, my bad.
Splashdown ready by the Slosh in here. Splashdown used.
And slow him down a little bit. Yeah, Symphony's obviously not even really worried about the tower. Yeah, they're pushing it, but that's just
Akuma
keeping in the corner.
1 down at Akuma. Sloshing machine is rushing in, and that Sloshing machine got picked by the Charger. The T-Tech is camping once he got a pick. Nice pick by Swampy there.
Swampy's got some really good position. You can see him all game, just making some clean plays here.
Yeah, splashdown used by Akuma.
Akuma all together on the tower, and I think what you fail to realize is that there's a couple people behind him.
Oh!
Yeah, that's gonna inkjet behind him, and that's gonna do their last push.
Saku's down, and this is the white.
They definitely had the DNA for a good push there. What they failed to realize is just catch their flanks and make sure they know where everyone is. Otherwise, that could have been it.
And this is the game. 2-0 for Symphony at the moment. I hope that Akuma will turn around and get the 2-1, that they will be a bit better in the final bracket list.
Yeah, but that's not going to stop Symphony. They're going to want that 3-0 badly. It helps them out in the final Swiss ranking, so they're going to do everything they can to win. But I do low-key hope Akuma can pull through here, because they were doing some good plays there. I hope they learn from it.
Yeah, but I saw that Akuma was playing a lot too aggressive, because they got wiped that easily, that it seems like that all of them was playing like Slayer aggressive midline. Because they was all in mid, and not just the Charger was not just saying back that he can just support. I saw the Charger pretty often like too much on tower if Symphony was alive. That they got wiped extremely easily.
Yeah.
But both teams are really strong. Both teams have pretty strong player here.
I think, we might see similar comps here talking about Clemson on Arowana, but it's a pretty different map mode. I don't mind this map mode, but I do understand some people dislike it.
And to be honest, this map is pretty good for Tent.
Oh yeah. I'm not sure if Akuma has Tent players, but I wouldn't be surprised if Symphony had one. Not sure.
I hope that we will see a Tent. Because Tent is so strong, so you can just cap the wall alley with the Tent shield and just rush in.
Alright, looking at game 3, Akuma.
We see an heavy Splatling and an air leader.
Both? Oh yes. Yeah, I think heavy Splatling is a good choice. Yeah, I prefer the Booyah bump. I do understand why they would go with the Ray.
Yeah, the
but
Ray is really
again,
good to just pressure the power clamp.
lots
But
of turf
yeah, I
control.
don't understand it too.
Yeah, speaking with the
This map
comps though,
is pretty weird.
Akuma definitely going for turf control with the Junior Zap and dualies,
Yeah.
I guess. But you know,
Yeah.
the dually ballers, dually with the baller is gonna help out a lot.
Yeah,
That's
okay,
tough, Symphony.
Ray used by the side of Akuma here.
Talking about Symphony though, they have missed
Sadly got no pick. And the Junior is down. So that too. 2 down of the side of Akuma. Symphony has
Missing.
power clam here and they are rushing in. 1 jump on the alley. And the jump is down.
This bubble is gonna make it tough for Akuma to defend. They do get the clam in.
They are rushing. That are good points.
Down, but they are below 50. That's already halfway there. Bomb's gonna take out quick, unfortunately. Since 2 down inside of Kuma already, I think Symphony is just gonna quickly get mid control back and get claimed. Symphony doesn't even have a claim and they're already pushing in, so they're really playing a lot more aggressive than Akuma. But that Ray's gonna take out 2 people. Really good Ray.
Yeah.
So what they need to do is just get that mid control back. Maybe take out that sniper. That's causing some issues, and they do.
Team Akuma have 3 specials ready here and Team Symphony have an armor ready. The
That
baller
bubbles
is
are good.
used and the armor too. They still have bubble blower already. Bubble blower is
Like
used.
bubble. Not gonna protect them enough.
Yeah. That was
That's gonna be a wipe.
that was a nice double.
So 2 clams on the side of Symphony. I think
Yeah.
it's gonna be a good start to another
The
push.
rain is used. We're just going in and this is the push.
One left.
It's
That's
2 against 2 here. 2 against 1, only the Junior alive.
2 more. That's all they
2
need.
more.
They're gonna get 1.
Come on, 1 more clam.
I
KO'd
was really
it.
watching the Kuma's closed here, but no one chose to flank it either. So
Yeah. Okay, nice defense by Akuma here that they not got KO'd. I'm already by at the side of Akuma.
someone's in their close. Ooh, another one. Flanks them.
Oh, this is 3 down for Akuma here.
And that might secure him the KO. Unsure.
1 down again.
Oh, and they'll do it.
And this is the KO! This is the 3-0 for Symphony here again.
Still well played on both teams. I mean, Akuma definitely had, like, they definitely showed that they had the right mindset. They had some pretty good plays, so I do hope that they learn from it. You know, that's really important. Otherwise, Symphony played incredibly well. I hope they do well in the rest of the tournament. So, with round 3 being over, we're gonna take a short break while round 4 is being prepped. I believe round 4, about 5 minutes. So, yeah, we're just gonna take a short break. Alrighty, we are back. Round 4, infamous to the TOs. Don't ask why, but we're here with a really good set. No more 3-0s here. We picked the best players here. We got Revitalize versus Splatarians. That's how you pronounce it. Yes.
The second against the fourth.
Yeah, these two teams have proven themselves. They've been here in Loic for a while now. They have just proven themselves as very talented. So I'm really excited to see the stat. Hopefully it makes up for all the 3-0s we saw from earlier.
Yeah. And do you want to talk about the map and mode combination here?
Yeah, Splatzone's a new albacore. We were talking about this before we came back. You said this was a very heavy focused map. And I
this
agree.
map have a lot of grades again. Like a lot of maps which are in Loic at the moment. But this map is so heavy focused that even if you see other players, you can just rush them with the heavy because this map is so wide open.
Yeah.
If you play range here, you can just easily cap the enemy in their spawn. Okay, and let's go!
We're already starting, no time wasted. These teams are ready.
Yeah, these teams are ready to win. And we see an heavy splatting on bot. Okay, we see for Russian.
Aside from the
Splatarians are booyahing.
Aside from the heavies, Revitalize definitely going with a more interesting comp with the junior Pro and the roller. I'm interested to see if that roller has going to be Squid or not. I didn't quite catch it, but Splatarians, Splatarians going for a little more range instead. So I am interested to see how they're playing out.
Yeah, but Revitalize like very focused on paint here.
Yeah.
Okay, one down on the side of Revitalize. I'm sorry.
Yeah, definitely back and forth in this first minute of the match.
Okay. That's interesting.
Splatarians getting a lot of map control here. They definitely are more comfortable. And again, we mentioned that their comp's a lot more range focused rather than turf. So I think with enough specials like they're doing now, Revitalize could quickly get all that turf back.
Yeah. They cannot stop the zone here, and the zone is capped because of the splash of the roller. That was a nice play from the roller here. To get the 36 cooldowns for Team Splatarians here. Booyah Bomb used by the Splatarians. The heaviest on the grade.
Yeah, Revitalize kind of sticking with the zone, not really pushing forward too much, and that's going to allow Splatarians to use their range advantage and push inward.
And here comes the baller, and he's dead. It's a 3v3 situation here. Okay, K-Pro's down. That's Revitalize.
Splatarians definitely more prone to pushing forward, so that's allowing them to keep that lead.
Okay, now Revitalize have used her armor, so they can rush in better and easier. They can get a lot of picks. The heavy splatting here is on the catwalk. He's just watching and try to hold back the enemies here.
Yeah,
Revitalize need to cap the zone here that they don't get knocked out that easily.
I think they got those penalty points in, otherwise that was really close to them.
Nice pick.
Yeah, what Revitalize needs to do is just push forward. They haven't been doing that too much this match. And been allowing Splatarians to get in a lot easier.
The Splatarians have a Booyah Bomb ready, which is gotta use.
Ooh, good movement.
Yeah, that movement was really good. Booyah Bomb is used from Revitalize. It's a 2v3 situation here. Only the heavy is alive. He's last.
Heavy goes down,
And he's down.
Yeah, I think Splatarians has a good opportunity to get a KO here.
Yeah.
They can just get past that penalty. It shouldn't be too hard, because they're pushing forward quite aggressively.
Yeah, but Revitalize won't stop until they tried everything they can. They are still trying to paint the zone from their own spawn. The CDS are rushing the heavy splatting here. Booyah Bomb is used.
Yeah, heavy on the left streets was a good spot until he died. It's not bad, but that's a good spot to be in. It's very hard to eliminate the heavy there. Seeing Rain and a Booyah Bomb inside Splatarians, this might be looking like a KO here with the last minute. Last minute armor here on both teams and a Booyah Bomb. The Splatarians is just barely keeping the zone. I say that Revitalize gets the cap.
It's a 3v1 situation here.
Yeah, and right now it looks like they're pushing up a little more. They're learning from the mistakes here. Definitely going with the bomb spam. A little bit. All they need to do, 15 seconds left, they have to keep that zone. There is no other option.
Yeah, we need to try to hold the enemies back.
They're doing a pretty good job so far.
Here.
Ooh, one left. It's just a heavy. It's overtime.
Here.
This is incredibly close. We're gonna have to see.
Yeah.
Hopefully Revitalize. They do have the turf advantage with that junior and the
Splatarians get the zone here. Smaller used, and this is the zone. This is the win for Splatarians here.
That was incredibly close. And Revitalize definitely showing that they're learning from their mistakes. They did a lot more pushing up in that last push, and that helped them out quite a bit. So I'm excited to see. I'm excited to see what they do the next game.
Yeah, this match was so close that I think both of them have the opportunity to win this here.
Yeah, so next up we are looking at Black Belly Tower Control. And I am interested to see what both teams do in response to this map mode shift.
Yeah, I hope that we will see a Charger here and a Heavy. Charger or Heavy, both of buff or on this map are really strong. With the Charger you can just try to keep the enemies away from the tower, and with the Heavy you can just stay on the tower, spray every enemy you see, and try to get as many picks as you can. And the Stingrays on this map are strong. So I guess we will see a Stingray of both sides.
Yeah, maybe. I do think Ray's a really good choice on this map, so I do expect to see it as well. We did see 2 Burritos on both sides, so I mean, they definitely have similar ideas when it comes to backlining.
Yeah.
Alright, starting game 2 of round 4. Splatarians versus Revitalize. So far it's been really close, so
Yeah, I hope it will stay that close.
Seeing a Burrito bomb. There's the Ray you were talking about. Revitalize definitely opted for the
double armor?
And they are doing double armor.
Double armor with double set? And the CDS?
Revitalize.
That's pretty meta.
Has no shame.
Yeah, but Revitalize is still trying to get everything they can. They got an armor already from the junior.
Revitalize doing a better job getting some early picks. Not really pushing the tower too much, but they are getting those early picks off.
Yeah. Okay, armor used by the Splatarians here. We see that the Splatarians tries to get the tower back, but the Heavy of Revitalize is trying to hold the enemies away from the tower here.
Yeah, regardless of that 3 down, Revitalize still has a pretty
Heavy of
early lead.
He will jump out here. No, he stays? Okay, that's weird that the backrunner stays mid, and even if the mates of them are down.
Both saps are down. I think Revitalize needs to understand that it's time to push, so they're on the tower.
Again. Yeah. The CDS are flanked from behind. And he's smart.
That's not a really good spot, actually. That's going to leave the tower.
And there's the Heavy down.
I see it past checkpoint 1, possibly. Ooh, 2 down with the missiles. Not quite missiles, my bad.
Yeah, the roller was sharking, and he don't get a pick? Okay.
The Splatarians doing a good job keeping them away from that first checkpoint, but really, what they really need to do is get that tower moving. It's almost halfway through the game, and they're still getting past that first checkpoint.
Yeah, Booyah Bomb used by Revitalize. Splatarians tries everything to get this tower away. He tries to get a good push, but all of Revitalize are in mid, and there is Snowy down. Nice work from the junior here. Splatarians are trying to get on the tower, and there is a jump on the tower. It was the roller, and he's down. The armor saved him.
Yeah, keep an eye out because Revitalize has 2 specials, and that's going to get him off the tower.
Yeah, that was a Booyah Bomb.
Yeah, Revitalize doing a good job using their specials defensively. It's just been really tough for Splatarians to stay on the tower for very long.
Yeah. And on top, on top mid to drop down because of the pressure from the junior here.
He's down inside Splatarians. I think Revitalize wants to extend their lead.
3 down now.
Oh, yep.
and the last one have armor ready. They will try to hold Revitalize back away from the second checkpoint here.
They really needs that double booyah. There it is. And that's gonna slow them down. It only picks one, but
that was a nice pick. And there comes
that ray and missiles. Ray and missiles, good combo.
Yeah, it is. But I guess that they still need to push more and don't try to get just defensive here. The Splatarians are on tower here. They try to get the first point done, but they still got down. Nice work here. The roller tries to get on top mid and tries to get the heavy. The heavy is weak, the heavy down. Nice work.
Yeah, about 30 seconds left. Splatarians definitely get a little more desperate to get on that tower. They've had trouble on that the whole game.
Yeah, Splatarians tries to push one more time. We will see if they will get it here.
Looking promising. They have that ray ready.
The first checkpoint is done here.
Yeah, Revitalize does have that booyah bomb though. As far as I know. Yep, yeah. There it is.
Now,
oh, that's an incredible booyah bomb.
They got the quad.
Wow.
That booyah bomb was really nice. He just got the quad with it.
Gotta save your specials, man. Incredibly well-timed booyah bomb.
Yeah, that's a pretty nice 1-1 here. That was what I expected to be happening here.
Alright, so next up we are seeing Skipper Rainmaker.
This is pretty interesting here, because you can just go on the left, aka right, to just get save points, or you just make it risky, go to mid and make the jump to get 40 to 40 with one push. But if you get wiped there, you can just get turned around and get instantly KO'd here. So I'm hyped to see what both teams are doing here.
Yeah, absolutely. This set's 1-1 right now. It's been really close. So I think Rainmaker Skipper is a hard map to play on, I think. This will really test the skill of both teams.
Yeah. To be honest, I think both teams are doing such a great job that I think both teams could go to win, and this time it will not get a KO here, I guess. Because both teams are so fucking defensive that they are just trying to get everything they can to stop the enemies before they KO.
Yeah, waiting on 2 more players on the side of Splatarians. I think they're really getting the game plan here. The set's on the line right now. They gotta win this.
Yeah. And here we go.
Alright, seeing that heavy remix again by Wug.
Double heavies again. And
yeah,
double
really
armor of the side of Splatarians again. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah, sticking with the same comp. I don't know, it might work better with Rainmaker.
No, the CDS switched away from video.
Okay, I see it. Yeah.
Nice pick from Slade there. It's a 4v2 situation here. Heavy and the blast. NZEP and the CDS just respawned here.
Yeah, Revitalize's roller is really causing havoc here.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Just going
and
pick after pick.
Push ahead. Oh, nice. Nice work from the roller here.
Here's what's so hard about this map. It's all upward.
Yeah. Revitalize tries everything to not let the enemies come near to the Rainmaker here. This is a
No
nice.
way.
And then comes the CDS from behind. He got the Rainmaker and he got the jump. Nice work here from Takimi.
Yeah, it's gonna buy Splatarians some time to get mid control back.
Yeah, and with this time they can just try to get a comp that they can just easily push to the count of 38 or better. The Splatarians tries everything that Team Revitalize don't come in mid to get them.
In that double armor, they're gonna pop it.
Nice drop-off shots from Takimi here. K-Pro is Shaka on top of the block here.
Yeah, Revitalize definitely a lot more calm and collected when they defend. You can tell. They wait for Splatarians. They're not worried about losing lead at all.
There comes the double booyah again. Oh, the roller got a nice splat here.
The Splatarians heavy player wants to keep that raid. They know a push is coming up. So that's kind of preventing them from being in mid, however. So kind of a trade-off. But they're looking to push in a little bit more.
Where comes the armor?
Splatarians about to pick it up. I think I saw a player near it.
Revitalized have a booyah bomb ready and Team Splatarians have it ready. Let's see what we got. Nice double pick from the heavy here.
Yeah, Lug so far has been really good at switching between offense and defense. He's been really good at playing with the team here.
Yeah. This team was going crazy. He tries everything to hold enemies back and tries to push them into the other bombs of his mate. This team play of this team is such strong, like I never saw it.
Yeah, Revitalize has been in lowing for a while. You can definitely see the improvement with them.
Yeah, I see.
They know exactly what game
Yeah,
they're playing
really
here.
Yeah. One down of top
here.
Okay, it's a 4v3 situation here for Team Splatarians. Team Splatarians still need to push, but Revitalized tries to play as defensive as possible to not let the enemies push here. Nice work from Takimi, he got the roller pick. But he is smart. They try to go over mid.
Could work as a last desperate attempt. However, they're Revitalize is ready for it.
To get the push. But that was 3 down. Only the CDS in front. He tries to protect the Rainmaker here. That the Team Revitalize cannot push here. But Revitalize are making a really good job here. He just pulled Team Splatarian back from the Rainmaker. It was a nice pop from Takemi here. And the roller got a nice pick. The roller tries to make pressure against them.
In overtime, possibly, and that's not gonna happen. They didn't get to the Rainmaker quick enough.
2-1 for Team Revitalize. That was a really close round team. And
It was a really close start.
Both teams.
Yeah, good job, Revitalize. I think that's what their team calls a rev win. Alrighty, well that was an exciting set. Hopefully we can keep up that kind of gameplay. But while we prepare for round 5 to start, we're gonna take a short break. And before we go, we do want to plug a quick stream. In the Zone is happening, as far as I know. Still, In the Zone is a tournament full of a lot higher level players. So, we didn't want to have low ink up the same day as a tournament, but It's just kind of how it worked. So go check them out. I encourage you to go check them out because they deserve support as well as us. So we're gonna take a short break. We'll see you then. Okay, we are back. It's round 5, and we are watching Geek, Squid versus Splat or Swim. Another pretty closely matched pair of teams here. So I'm really excited to see this. Definitely the second half of Swiss definitely just gets a lot better as the ranking starts to come into play.
Yeah.
What do you think, Fantex?
To be honest, both teams have 3 wins and 1 lose, so this should be a pretty even match. And I hope to see a pretty close match like last match.
I don't think there's top and last set, but we can get close. Because Revitalize really pulling through there, but
Yeah.
Right now we are going to start off on Tower Control Can't Trigger Fish when we look at our map list.
I see Chargers. This is the only thing what I see on this map, to be honest.
Chargers are really strong here. I do agree.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I really don't know the comps of these teams, so I'm
Same.
interested to see what we see here. So it's exciting to see.
But I really hope that we see Chargers here.
Yeah, you've been missing a lot of the charges here. There's been a lot of heavies, but not many charges.
Yeah, you are heavy main, I'm charger main, so of course we both want to see our main weapons here.
They're slowly fighting.
Yeah, heavy against charger. But yeah, I hope that this would be an even match like the last match. The rankings are 11th and 12th. So, okay, let's start. Okay, we see a Tri-Slosher and a Grim Range Blaster. This is pretty... Yeah, pretty weird.
Yeah, Grim Range is an interesting choice. But I do understand why they picked it. Range Blaster can be strong here if put in the right hands.
And if you have the paint for it.
You're definitely seeing the heavy versus charger we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Big Squid already going for an early push here. That Tri-Slosher staying alive.
This is a nice solo push here for the game.
Not going to be huge though. That's actually going to allow Spider Swim to have a little more freedom while you can bear in the
but a nice solo push here.
Are you seeing a Ray and possibly
on the left side here? This is a nice defensive here. Oh no!
That's not it.
3 down of the side of this of Geek Squids here. Ladder Swim will push the tower, and here comes the Ray. But it's not going to go in the tower. This is a weird Ray here.
It definitely stopped them, even though it wasn't on the tower. You know, in the first half of this game, not many pushes going on here.
Yeah, but I see that both teams tries to do everything, and the Tri-Slosher is trying to get armor for his team and tries to hold back the Grim Range Blaster here.
That's where the Range Blaster shines.
This is a really nice armor here, but it's still a solo armor, and this is the wipe. The Charger, I guess the Charger tries to get his Stingray.
Yeah, speaking of Ray, the Heavy does have it.
Yeah, and I hope to see a counter Ray, to be honest.
I think that's what he's waiting for.
That was a nice inkjet here. Nice inkjet of Splatter Swim here. He already got 1 pick here and he tries to get more.
Yeah, both teams not really defending their tower too well. It's not letting them get past point 1. Sorry, this is pretty slow game.
Okay, the Tri-Slosher got 1 pick and he's extreme weak. He still tries to get push against them. This is pretty interesting that the Tri-Slosher can just hold back the push here.
Yeah, halfway through the game, both teams still fighting for mid.
Yeah. And this fight is really crazy here.
I think the backline is
And here comes the Stingray from
There you
Geek
go.
Squid.
Stingray to help pushing. That's exactly what they needed. And
And
now
this
they're past the
is
checkpoint.
lead.
There you go. Now the game starts. Well, as I
Grimrank
said,
just got 2 picks here.
this is why I say I know why they picked Range Blaster. It's just an incredible tool to get people off that tower.
Here's the charger on the tower. Okay, he was last. The other two just jumped in. So it's 3 and mid. Geek Squid again.
Yeah, but
1
now
down,
Geek Squid
2 down here.
Geek Squid can relax a little bit. Now they have a more substantial lead, but they're still kind of pushing.
That was a nice trade from the T-Tex of Splatoon here. The charger tries to stay on wall and he gets pressure. He's now back on Sponge in alley and tries to get everything he can. But the CDS in the tower can just be really annoying for the charger because the CDS can just roll. The roll can just kill the charger's kill time because if the charger wants to shoot and when the CDS are rolling, the charger can just miss. Or he's lucky enough to get a flick to predict the CDS roll.
Yeah, Geek Squid really pushed up on the left side of Sparson's spawn here.
Yeah, but all 4 are near from the tower of Splatters from here.
A pretty okay trade here. Well, the Geek Squid really does not have enough players to push going.
Yeah.
But, you know, as long as Geek Squid's pushing, Splatter Swim isn't, so that was still a pretty good option on there for like 20 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, Splatterswim tries to get the checkpoint here. But
Pretty close, but
really?
not enough defense on the tower.
This is a pretty nice defense here from Geek Squid. I guess this is the win for Geek Squid.
Seeing that last minute rate, everyone's jumping on tower. Not in time.
Yeah, that was really unfortunate here. But it was a really nice game. We saw a lot of picks and a lot of specials here.
Definitely both teams kind of getting a feel for each other. Hopefully Game 2 will play a little faster, but regardless, this is still really closely matched.
Yeah.
Yeah, next up we're looking at Skipper Rainmaker again. Now, I'm going to break the immersion. I wrote a map generator algorithm to prevent same map and modes from appearing again, but looks like it didn't quite work for this month. I'll be addressing that. So we're going to have to watch Skipper Rainmaker again, but otherwise most map modes will be a little more diverse.
Yeah, and I hope to see much more aggression here than the game between Revitalize and the other team. I don't remember the name though.
Yeah, both teams definitely played tower control a little slow, so Rainmaker is a mode that plays as fast as you can, so I'm interested to see if that will come to fruition.
Yeah, I hope to see a KO. To be honest.
Yeah, it would be a little interesting to see a KO here. We didn't see any last set either, so
Yeah.
wait for Geek Squid to make some final decisions on the top, and we'll get started.
Yeah. And I think that we will see a lot of optic shredders here.
Oh yeah, I do agree. It would be a good option here.
Yeah. And I hope that someone will push in mid and not only the right and left side.
Yeah, it's a very expansive map. I think you have a lot of options here. So hopefully both teams take advantage of both of them, or all of those options.
Yeah. And we see a charger and a triple sploosh.
Oh my goodness. Well,
is Splat or Swim memeing here or what?
I mean, I've seen worse, but you know.
It seems like that they want to meme here in low. That was a really nice
first time, but already seen 2 down inside of Geek Squid. But you know,
yeah,
3 down inside Splatoon.
Okay, that was the wipe.
You know, I'm gonna be honest. I do really want to see KO now.
Yeah, because
to be honest, real quick.
it is the memeing from Splatter Swim here. They play full close range weapons. So if the CDS and the Charger are holding them on range, Splatter Swim doesn't have any chances here. This is a nice pick from the Stingray here, from Geek Squid. The Charger doesn't even try to take the pop here. I guess Geek Squid just want to play defensive here, that they can just try to hold them on range. Okay, here they took the Rainmaker again. It tries to make a big push now, I guess.
Yeah, really, what Geek Squid has
Yeah,
to
the
outrange him.
T-Tech is in the spawn of Splatter Swim here.
Oh, really good follow shots.
This is 3 down of the sides of Geek Squid here. Splatters will have 1 stand ready. Okay, the Charger can them out. That was really unfortunate for Team Splatters will here. Wait,
Nice splat. Yeah, you see it.
he
Good jump.
splatted him in air. Okay, that was weird.
Nice from gets the pop. Another 2 down, so the current 2 Geek Squid members are in spawn.
Yeah, and Geek Squids are
I mean-
pushed in here.
I don't want to get my hopes up, but they get the lead. Oh wow.
What? Okay, I didn't expect
That's just
that.
what coordination gets you, but wow.
Yeah, oh,
I mean,
that was
Then dies
unfortunate.
unfortunate. That being said, Geek Squid could easily get the lead back, I think.
Yeah, I think too. They just need to go through mid and tries to get
2 down again. If they push
many
now,
people as possible into the enemy spawn here.
if they push now while they're respawning.
Yeah, that was a
Ooh,
really
really
bad
pushing
idea
that
here.
shot. If he got him.
I think the better combination would be that the T-Tech and the CDS would try to spawn camp Splatter Swim and the Charger, and the Tracer wants to push here. But I guess the free solutions here make it really difficult to just spawn trap them.
Geek Squid really pushed him up. Making sure they won't get another push in. I think they understand the danger of Spire Swift now. Like
Yeah.
they're playing a little more relaxed near the beginning of the game, but now that they're no longer in the lead, they're a little more careful.
And to be honest, I would like to see the perks of the free solutions here, because I saw that not all of them was playing Ninja
Oh my
Squid,
god.
and that was weird. That not all solutions are playing Ninja Squid.
In fact,
Yeah, we see
they want
2
is,
Ninja Squids here.
yeah, and one of them's to try.
Yeah. So 2 solutions without Ninja Squid, that's interesting. Because they have a really close range comp, but they don't try to improve with the Ninja Squid. 2 jumps in mid here from Team Geek Squid.
Geek Squid has a minute left on the clock. But,
And they really try to get the pop and push as fast as possible. That was an unfortunate flank from Geek Squid here. And the T-Tech got the pick. Can't try. That was a nice pick. I tried to push in, and the bomb unfortunately got the tri-social here.
I think it's the bombs. They are definitely stopping Geek Squid from even entering that area. For now.
Yeah, the bomb placements here are really strong.
Yeah, with the sniper there though, they can't really touch that sniper until there's a hammer. That'll do it.
Yeah, and I guess the pop will get it, and this is the end.
Wow. I don't think anyone was expecting that victory by Splatter Swim. I'm gonna be honest here.
How? I really ask me, how did they got the win with triple sploosh and tri-slosher?
You know, maybe this is the 2020 meta. Take notes, kids.
Yeah.
Actually, don't make this a thing. Thanks. Okay. Game 3, 1-1. I mean, we said the set would be close. I guess still holds true. Muscle Forge on Clan Blitz. So.
Yeah, this could be interesting.
Honestly, there's no predictions to be made here. After what happened
I
in
think
game 2.
heavy.
Okay, well, I mean.
Heavy or triple sploosh again.
Oh, you think it'll be triple sploosh or triple brush? Or maybe
It could be triple brush, it could be
triple
quad
dueling.
brush.
It wouldn't be the first time.
It could be quad brush, but I guess then 3 ink brush and 1 octo brush, you know? Because this is the only comp how to get it here.
Already waiting for but things ready up real quick and then we'll decide.
See what we get here.
So I'm taking their time. Yeah, I think they're scheming. I'm scared, to be honest.
Yeah. And I really hope that they don't take triple or quad brush.
No, believe me, that's the worst. Alright.
Okay, we have...
Squid hasn't... Alright,
no comps!
a game. We're
Finally!
seeing a video game here.
Yeah, we have normal comps again.
2 Hydras, though.
Yeah, Hydra's
That
pretty
stands out.
all enemies on range.
Although mines are a good option for Clan Blitz, so...
Yeah,
why
and
they did
one
it.
full charge is so strong that they can just Shredder and 10 Umbrella Shield here.
Yeah, and this Ninja Squid or Roller might be an issue. Pulling out the beacons.
Yeah. Splatter Swim have a lot of map control at the moment here. And there it's gone.
Yeah, Geek Squid still, regardless of that last match, they're still a very capable team. They did win game 1, so...
Yeah. Okay, the Hydra tries to get a lot of picks here. The Hydra picked up all of them. That's really unfortunate because now Geek Squid can easily pick out the Hydra.
Geek Squid generate 1 clan. Maybe go for a flank.
Not a
I think what they failed to realize is they probably have mines.
Yeah, they just used the baller here. The baller got popped
Wow.
and he got the clam in.
I don't know if that was the greatest push though, because his team's not there to
It was still a
extend it.
push, and if Geek Squid, what I don't expect, can defend the last 3.5 minutes now, they would have the win, but I don't think that they can defend this long time.
Geek Squid doing a good job getting that big control. However, Splatarians has all their specials ready, so as soon as they push, well, no, I take that
Here
back.
comes
Now
the
they're
baller with 2 jumps. This is a nice pick from the roller here. The roller jumped out. That was a nice jump from the roller here. He saved his life. And so it's dangerous. It's more dangerous to push for Geek Squid here. The roller got down by the Hydra. Nice pick by the Hydra here. Geek Squid's got their armor through the Hydra.
Yeah, Splatarians used up all their specials while Geek Squid is in mid, so now they're ready to push, and Splatarians really doesn't have many options.
Nice clear bomb here from Geek Squid. This is a nice baller jump here. And 3 jumps.
That will get the
1
lead.
clam in, 2 clams in. Oh, this is the wipe on the side of Geek Squid. Splatarians now tries to make the counter push to get the lead back. 2 power cams in the side of Splatarians.
I think what Splatoon just needs to do is generate the specials and use it to push in. We are seeing a baller. Does get popped immediately, but they are in the...
That was a nice pick against the Hydra here.
The very back and forth game. A lot more exciting than what we've seen earlier in the set, so... Oh, and there is a DC.
Oh yeah, that's lost a DC. That's really unfortunate.
Just noticed that one clan, and now they're... Unfortunately, that does not fall under the DC rules. That will have to...
Yeah, it's the counter goes under the 3-minute mark, and the push was under 30 already. So
did it happen?
So 2-1.
I didn't catch when it happened. Actually. That might still... I'm not sure. I'll have to talk to him about it. Let me refer to DC real quick. Less than 2 minutes. One team is 30 units closer to a KO.
Yeah, they was on 22.
Still checking if that counts for a replay.
After checking, the DC was seconds before the 2-minute mark. And the scores were 16-15.
I think that's
Oh, okay. This is the replay.
Yeah, that's a replay then.
Yeah. So
This looks
if
like it's going to be a
Geek
replay.
joins again, we will have to replay.
Alrighty, so we are going to see a replay of Game 3. Due to disconnect rules.
Yeah.
And 1 DC per match. So if it happens again, that's it. So
yeah. But we should still know the comps of both teams because they cannot switch to weapons or gears.
yes, do not switch comps.
I only know both of them had a Hydra and a Slosh.
Which time do we have? Oh. Might delay the tournament a little bit. That's worth it.
Okay, they are back.
They're going to sub. I'm not sure what the sub rules if you have to be in the same comp. Subbing out a disconnected player is allowed. Okay. And if a sub shows up, you can change comps.
guess this is the last one. This is the same one, I guess.
Yes. Since they're summing a player out, they can't switch the comps, so it's allowed. And they are starting. Alrighty.
Okay, we don't have the flusher anymore.
Yeah, no more slosher. I didn't see who they subbed specifically, but the comps are looking very similar here.
Yeah. But normally they should still get the... Because both teams had a flusher, I guess.
Alright, seeing... Speed down on side splatter swim.
Nice picks from the Hydra here.
Pro goes down. Definitely a fight for mid, but Squid does have the power clam ready. All they need to do is just get the specials ready, get an initial push, and stop, before the replay, we did see them get a very early lead here.
Nice picks from the Hydra again. The Hydra here gets a lot of solo picks here.
Squid are using their specials, but doesn't quite get them into the basket quite yet. Pro going for a flank.
Nice
pick here.
A nice pick from the pro here.
Yes, Pro's doing a good job, just being annoying, doing some good pressure here.
Yeah.
I think they're about to
It
make
looks like
four
that
power
Geek
plants.
want a big push here.
I think they just want to end the game.
Yeah. They don't want to lose again because of DC. So I guess they just want to try to get as fast as possible, as many clams in as
They
possible.
break it. They do
That's
get
one
in.
clam,
They're down to 40.
3 clams!
A really good start in the first half of the game.
Yeah. And there comes 2 ink mines from Kafu here. They should really pick up the second call from here. And they did it.
The Geeks were doing a good job keeping them out of mid. Actually.
Yeah, and here Capro's in mid. He got 1 pick. The Hydra... No, the Roller got...
Leaving the Hydra alone.
Got 3 hits on 1 in mid. The Hydra tries to get pressure against the other Hydra. We see bubbles coming in from Splatter Swim. They try to push as fast as possible through the right side.
Yeah,
Again.
it's gonna be a wipe on the side Geeks.
And
Do they
this,
have the clans?
they don't have clams. That was a really unfortunate push.
Seen some. No 2 stags of them. Nothing huge like that push we saw in the first half of the game. Like Geeks.
Yeah, 2 down of the side of Splatter Swim.
Geeks were already looking to get mid control back, looking to get clams. They got this figured out. Really, with the minute half left on the clock, they could sit tight in mid and just defend for the rest of the game.
Yeah, I try to. Okay, Geeks would have 2 clams already done. Nice picks by the Hydra here.
This could be something.
Splatter Swim tries to push again with the bubble. 1 power clam is in. Fortford tries to get some picks, but he didn't. But he can't get picks. Gorilla tries to push his solo, and this was a big mistake from him.
I think Squid just needs another large push here. Splatarians definitely playing a little slower, but they are inching close to that lead.
Yeah, but Geekswitz tries to push again to get a much higher lead, but unfortunately the Hydra got the answer. Okay, Pro got 1 pick and got down by the Hydra.
Seeing a power clam on the side of Splat side. Can they get it in?
Here. And here the power clam is in.
They gotta watch the flank.
They tried to push again, and one clam away from lead.
Ooh, I think he could have gotten it there. Watch the
And
flank.
this,
Oh, so close.
that was so close. And this is the end.
That's the end of round 5.
With a really, really, really close match here. Geek Squid
Great
wins with 2-1 against Splat or Swim.
We've seen 2 clashing playstyles here. You saw Geek Squid went for one huge push at the beginning of the game, and then Splatarians was just going for multiple small staggered pushes. So it's always interesting to see who comes out on top in this situation.
Yeah, that was really nice games from both sides here.
So I think because of the disconnect, that was the last game that ended on round 5. We're still going to take a short break until round 6 is set up, but it won't be very long. So we'll see you then. Okay, this round is almost wrapped up. We are doing round 6. Right now we are going to end the stream watching SquidVibes versus Refurbish. We think SquidVibes returning. I do recognize their name. They have been playing alone for a while as far as I know. So, however, as far as I know, Refurbish Inc. is newer here. I'm going to check that real quick. Fantox, do you have anything to say about these two teams?
I don't know both teams,
That's incredible.
but I only say that the name of one of the that's one of the guys in the lobby is Bad Slosher.
Okay, so some returning players from Lawrence, that's what we had noted. So I think they're under a new name, but these people have some of these people have played in Lawrence previously. So some familiar faces. Let's check out the maps real quick before we get started. Skipper Zones. Skipper Zones. I have to confirm I was on the right map.
Yeah, I guess we can see a bamboo here, to be honest.
A bamboo, yeah, we did see one earlier. That was pretty good.
Bamboo is still a pretty strong weapon. You just
definitely.
need to put your MP on it and you need to have the map control for it.
See it more and more.
Yeah.
Hopefully this will be a good set to end the stream on before we pass it on to Top Cut tomorrow. By the way, shameless plug, Top Cut is tomorrow, same time as when we started today, which is 1 o'clock Eastern time. With that shameless plug out of the way, let's get started. SquidVibes versus Refurbish Free Ink. Alright, seeing no backline on the side of SquidVibes and an explosion on the side of... No, wrong teams.
Basically, no backline on both teams.
I think the colors are backwards. I'm gonna...
Yeah, the colors
I believe the colors are backwards on the overlay. But we are seeing 2 down on the side of...
yeah.
I don't know.
And Refurbish.
SquidVibes is purple. Alright.
Yeah, and Refurbish is taking really good control on the map at the moment. There comes the bubbles from Refurbishing.
Yeah, for real, I'm quite surprised with this incredible start. Already 3 down on the side of SquidVibes.
That's really nice. To see the Slosher player here. Which name
Bad
is basically Bad Slosher. I like the name and the main of them, so I don't mind that he named so.
Ooh, seeing some bubbles and Bomber. No, not yes, Bomber. Okay.
Okay.
Zone.
Yeah, but the lead on 12 is still really strong from Refurbish. So it would be really hard for SquidVibes to get that hard push. That they can just push as hard as possible to turn around the zone here.
SquidVibes, no penalties, so they're gonna inch closer and closer to that lead. Refurbish Free Ink, not sure what happened. They had such a good start, and now SquidVibes is really proving to be very dominant right now in this stage of the game. But
Yeah,
we're seeing a lot of specials come out.
really even this match again. Both teams are really dominant if they have the zone.
Yeah, with that splash out.
Naughty
This
Dog
was doing work.
Naughty is really
gonna see a triple
going
here?
crazy here.
That will be a triple by this Nautilus.
Triple, and does he get a quad? No, he got punished. He got
That does leave that Broa alone. This Broa is doing work too. Oh my goodness, seeing a lot of talented individuals here. And that's gonna get Refurbish Free Ink the zone again.
That's a nice quad from the umbrella here. Now they just need to protect the zone that SquidVibes cannot get in again.
Yeah, very back and forth. No fights from mid like we saw last set. It's either they have the zone or they don't. But was gonna cause issues. One right next to that umbrella, gonna get him.
Oh, that was nice bubble tier plays from the squeezer. From SquidVibes.
Slosh gonna get 2 with the bad sloshes.
Yeah.
Definitely getting a feel for SquidVibes. They're keeping the zone a lot easier.
Yeah, both teams are playing double slosh, I mentioned, at the moment.
Yeah, I could tell.
I guess both teams are really strong here to play dominant.
The bad slosh is sitting up top, kinda wasting time, but SquidVibes did have the zone, so...
Yeah, he tried to hold back the enemies from the zone that his mates hopefully can just paint the zone, but unfortunately 2 other people was down in zone and protected it.
SquidVibes using the bubbles doesn't quite work out.
But still nice work.
Yeah, with 1 minute left on the clock, I think Refurbish Free's looking pretty good to get either a KO or just time him out. SquidVibes is really gonna have to use their special role more wisely.
Yeah,
than
bomb used.
Not
They
great
tried to go
timing.
in, but have no chance to get the zone here. Okay, one pick against that. This should be zone because the highest paid weapon on the enemy team is out now.
It's gonna get him the zone, but 30 seconds left on the clock. Can they keep it for that long? I mean, Refurbish Free Ink is they're gonna all respawn soon. They're gonna rush him cracks. Zacko doing good work. Trying to fight that bro, you saw him do that.
Nice try, but unfortunately he didn't got it.
Really close to lead here, rather.
Nice.
Yeah, they're sitting on the zone, just keeping that paint on. Really close, they need to keep that zone.
Nice pick, nice pick.
Good, in overtime. That Explo needs to go, and they take the lead. Really good job.
That was nice. That was a really nice match and close match. I hope to see more of them.
Oh, absolutely. This is so far looking like it's gonna be a great set. Both slashers matching gear, you can see that.
Nice look by the dry slash with the 20 bomb here.
Alright, so what do we got next in store here? We've got Rainmaker, new Albacore.
This... I think you have 2 ways to play this here. First, you can just easily go mid and KO, or you go for save points, go on the left to try to get more time, that your team can just try to wipe the enemies out. And I think that we will see heavy tier again. Of course, it's a heavy map, so.
And speaking of the maps, we do hear you guys. I'm getting a lot of messages about maps on like every platform possible. So we do hear you. Not much we can do about it now though. So we'll take it into account for next month. But let's get into game 2. All right, so
yeah,
Rainmaker on the Albacore.
Have a look. What is going on here now?
Seeing a Hydra again and a Luna Blaster. That stood out to me. Otherwise, SquidVibes.
I'm happy
to
see the Luna Blaster here, to be honest.
Yeah, we haven't seen a Luna all day, actually.
Yeah, the Luna Blaster is really strong. But you still need to have the paint for it.
I don't know if the comp has the paint to back it up. Ooh, 3 down on the side of the Refurbish Free Ink. I think SquidVibes might just be pretty strong. Pretty strong with Rainmaker.
Okay, nice. 3 down. The side.
Oh my goodness, another 3 down.
Nice inkjet snipes here. I I think that got clipped. And this is the KO. This is a really fast KO for SquidVibes here.
I think Squid
It's a
Vibes just decided.
2-0.
Yeah, I think Squid Vibes just decided they didn't want to play Rainmaker, so yeah, they just took the KO.
Oh my god, that was just dominant.
They
was
just
just
walked in the spawn and got it.
It was just a pure destroy.
None of them died either. Wow.
Yeah.
Alright, so to cap off day 1 of Flowink, in Swiss round 6, we are going to see Arowana Mall Clan Blitz, SquidVibes versus Refurbish, free ink.
Yeah, and I hope to see a Tentabrella now.
Oh really? Yeah, we did see one earlier today. Did like the plays we saw with that one. So, yeah, hopefully it's a good match to cap off the stream for today.
Yeah.
If game 1 though, it definitely has the potential to be.
I hope. I am so hyped. If the Tentabrella is here, I'm hyped to see him play on this map. Because Tentabrella on this map is so fucking strong. You can just stay in their alley and just spam the 10 shields and the enemies can't do anything against it. Except of flank you and try to throw bombs behind your shield.
Alrighty, so final game of the day is starting.
Okay, so what do we see? What comps do they play? Okay, they play no backline and the Hydra. They have the same comps again. Both are playing Slosher Deco now, except of Soda Slosher here.
Yeah, we are seeing Refurbish free ink still rolling with that Luna Blaster. We didn't really see it much in action last game, so and
Yeah.
let's see what the game plan is here. So
3 down here.
3 down again on the side of SquidVibes. We're seeing a trend here. However, it is Clan Blitz. It's a little slower to start Clan Blitz because they only have 1 power clan.
Yeah, 2 down again on the side of Refurbish. Now SquidVibes is pushing here. 4 are on the basket from the Refurbish free ink. And this is the Slosher is last and he's dead.
Wow, SquidVibes.
Good early push from SquidVibes here.
SquidVibes, no, this is their last game for the day. I think they just want to. I think they're just deciding. Time to just finish it.
They just want to destroy Refurbish ink again, like in the last game.
Oh my
But
goodness, you
this
said
time
power
Refurbish.
Okay, Slosher can work on the side of Refurbish.
It was a nice wipe.
Actually, Refurbish looking to have some potential here. They could take back mid if they push up a little
Yeah.
bit. And perhaps get a lead here. I thought that was it. After what happened last game.
Yeah, same. But I think Refurbish now wants to get to 1 point if they get a lot higher ranked in the ending here.
Still there, SquidVibes proving to be a very tough opponent for Refurbish Green. Getting a power clam, and they're already entering the basket. That's quite worked out, but it just
Yeah,
shows how
2
aggressive
down
they are.
of type of SquidVibes here. SquidVibes have a power cam ready, and Refurbish free ink have a power cam ready too. So let's see what they got here.
Seeing armor on the side of Refurbish Green. I don't know if that'll be enough.
Just 2 down
Flank
again.
with the baller. Interesting play, but
They
that
don't
is gonna-
have power clam ready here.
Oh, they don't. You're right.
Everybody is okay. 3 down of the side for SquidVibes. I guess now they can push here. I guess now Refurbish can easily push here and get some 3 points.
Then bring him down to 80, maybe 70. Another power plant gonna get it in. Not quite. Really good job by SquidVibes pro play. SquidVibes kind of letting off a little bit here. Unlike the beginning of the game, I think think they're a little desperate just
We
to
are bomb used on the side of SquidVibes to get
really
more.
briefly, but not gonna quite land any hard-hitting pushes here. Ooh, clam falls off the mat.
Oh, that was unfortunate here. Now they need to try to get in new power clam. Or they just pick up the power clam from the spawn.
Ooh, that was almost a triple.
They got the power clam in here.
Did get it in, but is there any follow-up? I don't think so. Oh, there's still someone there. Oh goodness.
Nice clams they got in here. 2 more, 1 more. Nice. Push on 19.
1 minute left. Refurbish free Ink's gonna have to think of the playstyle and work something out for the last minute.
If Refurbish free Ink isn't getting aggressive now, this would be the lose for them. I hope that they will play more aggressive now and try to get
Looks
the
like they
last
are.
push to finish it.
This is the clam. Not much you can do about that.
Really, it was the wipe again for Refurbish free Ink. And the free power clam here for SquidVibes.
SquidVibes really flexing their sloshes. That's why I've noticed their sloshes have been very talented here.
The Slosher are really talented and they know what to do. It feels like if they would play Slosher since the beginning. Since Slosher came out.
Yeah, for real. Seeing this Lunar Blaster make work. I want to see it, and there it is.
Pick here.
Baller holding the clam. Can they get it in? They can. Will it be enough? Watch the clams near this basket. They might be able to get the lead here.
They try to get as many clams as possible. They try to hold it here.
Really close. Just one person left in the basket.
Oh, the cape of fall in the water.
If they just focused on the other players instead of throwing clams, they could have gotten it.
This is the 3-0 for SquidVibes.
3-0 regardless. That was still two of the 3 games in that set were really close. Refurbish free Ink played incredibly well.
And 20 kills again from the Tri-Slosher. The Tri-Slosher does a really good job here.
Alright, so before we wrap it up, I did want to plug In the Zone. I believe it's still happening. No. I don't know if In the Zone's still happening, but I want to plug it. I'm going to check real quick. Nope. As far as I know, it ended. Alright, so I think that'll leave it for Swiss Day 1. Tune in tomorrow, Day 2, which will be Top Cut. A lot more exciting matches. Should start at 1 EST, I believe. And we'll see you then with some new commentators, new faces, new teams. Before we go, Hoenn Hero, the host, is in our voice chat. Do you have anything to say?
Not really much, but thank you guys for coming out today and for joining us for Low Ink. We very much appreciate all the support you guys have given us. Great job to everyone who's played today, regardless of how well you did. It's all about a journey of improvement for both you and the community as a whole. So, very happy with how things went today overall. There's a few things to improve as always, but we'll get to those. So yeah, we look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow for Day 2.
Alright, without the way we're going to log off.
Speed.